I'm back. Welcome, y'all. Welcome. I am the chief NFT strategist. Gang in the building. Tired, y'all. Tired. Wrapped up another long day of interviewing. And it went pretty good. I'm trying to wrap this up in about 2 weeks. Next week, hopefully, if the right candidate steps up. Hopefully I can wrap it up next week, but it's been a lot. The first round is like 15 minutes. Second round is 30 minutes. Third round is an hour. It's a lot of talking. I'm not really a salesperson, although I would love for y'all to check out this first. Yes. Be sure to go and mint a Bar Gang NFT. Crypto has come down, but now it's going back up. Still a really good price. I'm hoping to have some very, very exciting news soon. I will let you guys know this. I'll give you kind of a little update. It looks like the body relaunch is going to be in South Florida, location to be announced in the first week of March. So be on the lookout for that. That is the body relaunch. First couple of years we were in beta, really finding out what the people like, what the bars need, what would make the experience better for all. And we truly believe we are bringing out a cutting edge, blazing new technology that you're going to love. And the Bar Gang is tied into that. So definitely pick you up a Bar Gang NFT. And like I said, hopefully in the next couple of weeks, we'll be making some really big announcements that's going to really be beneficial for the current Bar Gang holders and any new people that want to come and join this ride with us. So look out for that. But today, quick show, I just want to talk a little bit about something that's near and dear to my heart, and that is building a business and really expecting family and friends to help you grow it, or to be your first customers, or to buy your product, or to use your service. And unfortunately, it doesn't always work out that way. And I have to be honest, I've fell victim to that, right? Because over the years, you meet a lot of people, and you always want to feel like if we have a relationship and I'm doing something that could potentially benefit you, you're going to come and support me, and vice versa. So they open up a gym, or they create a product, and they say, hey, I'm doing this. The expectation is I'm going to go and support them. It's not always so easy that friends are going to support your business. And what you got to understand is why, right? And I know for me, the why is because Brian's doing something else. The chief got this going on, got that going on. I mean, I done sold real estate. I done been in home care. I have started a mobile app. I've done NFTs. I have started probably 10 to 15 other businesses before that. So it's probably like, oh, what are you doing now? What are you doing now? What are you doing now? So that inconsistency, people are like, nah, man, I'm not getting into this. I already supported you with the other thing. I already support you with that. Like, where are you going? So it's up to you, not even just with family and friends. You got to make sure it's very clear what you're working on and how they can support you. And you got to show consistency if you really want them to be on board. Secondly, I think this is a BS excuse, but a lot of people really can't support you because they don't have no money. I mean, a lot of people, even the people that you think are balling, are living paycheck to paycheck, can barely pay their bills, overextended with the house, with credit card bills, with student loans. So a lot of times people don't have the money to support your business, even though you see them buying new shoes all the time and new clothes, or constantly going out. I mean, that's their money, and they probably look at it like, listen, I work, so I got to make sure I look out for me, so I don't have extra money to put $500 into your concept or buy your product. So just be mindful, they may not have the money. And then the reality is, if you haven't really took the time to build up what you're doing, your product might suck, So your branding might be off. You got to realize that you got to look within and you got to say to yourself, okay, listen, they not support me, maybe because my message is not clear. My vision isn't being communicated effectively. So what things can I do to make sure that it's very clear what I'm working on, where I'm going, and if I do that right and they don't support me, at least I know I did my part. So really, really, you got to look within. You got to figure out, okay, is my messaging off? Is my branding wrong? Am I consistent? And then from there, if they choose not to support you, that's on them. Um, what we also got to realize is with family and friends, they don't owe us anything. They got their own problems. They got their own things that they're working on. They may be trying to start a business. They might just haven't told you, or they haven't gotten to that point yet. So we have to get past that mentality that they don't owe us anything. What you really, really got to do, instead of getting upset or getting mad because family and friends won't support you, you have to go out and find your customers. And before I get into that, I want to share a little article with you guys that I wrote on my blog. I'll put the link in the description. But the blog is, you should meet new people all the time. And once again, with this blog, I kind of touched on all aspects of life. Specific to business, it's very important that what the first line says, as you get older, meeting new people can be daunting, but doing so is fun, exciting, and most importantly, life changing. What I really, really talk about in this article is the fact that, it says right here, as a kid, you are instructed not to talk to strangers. Your parent taught you that there are bad people in the world. And since you can't discern good from bad, you feel most comfortable interacting with the people you know best. As you get older, you get stubborn and stuck in your ways to the point that you go to social events and not be social. This causes you to miss out on meeting new people that should be in your life, even if they're not like you. And really, you can go and check out this article. I wrote this a few years ago. And the purpose of why that's relevant to just understanding not having that reliance on family and friends is it's almost like you hear it all the time, the famous sayings about get out of your comfort zone. For me personally, when I start a business, it's easy for me to tell this person I know, man, I'm working on this, man. Listen, man, this thing gonna blow up, this gonna pop. And it makes you feel good for acceptance, right? It makes you feel good for them to say, "Oh man, that's gonna take off, man. You going?" And at this point, all you're doing is feeding your ego, and all you're doing is staying in your comfort zone, right? Like you want that acceptance from the people that know you. But the truth of the matter is, you got to go out there and find those people that want your product. Find that new um, follower or ambassador of your product or service, and that takes effort, that takes getting uncomfortable, that takes going out and going to a networking event and actually having to go up to people that may not want to talk to you. It means getting out of your shell, especially if you're an introvert, someone like me. Well, I used to be, but I kind of had to get over that when you run businesses. But for the most part, I'm still naturally an introvert. It makes you get out of that comfort zone, and it makes you really, really go out there and do things you don't typically want to do. I'll be honest with you. I don't really want to do interviews. I mean, I hate saying the same thing over and over and over again. But if I don't do that, I don't potentially find the person that can help me grow my business and ultimately change my life, not just for me, for a lot of people. So I have to get uncomfortable. I have to go out and meet new people. I have to talk to people that may not necessarily want to talk to me initially. I have to sometimes say the same things over and over again to get the message across. So it's very important to understand the significance and the importance of meeting new people. What you want to do, instead of relying on family friends, you want to find your target audience. So how do you do that? 5 ways I would say is one, um, you got to do market research. You got to find out the demographics. You got to find out um, as far as what locations. Is it more focused on men or women? How can you kind of bridge the gap between what value your product adds to the person, and bridge it with what are their pain points? And so that's why, as far as finding your target audience, everybody is not your target audience, because your particular product may not necessarily appeal to them. I mean, I own a home care company, and that services seniors. Now, if we're fortunate enough, eventually everyone is likely going to need that service. But for now, I'm only really dealing with older adults that have an aging loved one that may have failed, that may not have any help around the house. So I can't really market that product to all my family and friends. And the reality is, out of all the businesses that I had, that's been my most successful business, and I have gotten very little help and support from family and friends because, like I said, it doesn't necessarily apply to them. The next thing you got to do is once you start to get your first customer, you got to really, really study the hell out of them. Like, why did they buy your product? Really get to know them, whether it's a conversation, whether it's a survey, whether it's just a consistent conversation or feedback that you're getting, and you're really, really taking that information and that and those analytics, and you're using that to find the right customers, the target customers. So really studying and understanding your current customers. Once you get that first, second, third, fifth, make sure you really, really understand them, and then you got to really use the services to find your target audience. You got to use digital marketing. You got to run ads. You got to use social media. You got to do PR. You really got to use all of the resources at your disposal to get you in front of your target customers that you may not necessarily know yet. So you got to be specific. Can't be so broad. You got to be very niche specific in order to find that target. So, what you really, really want to do is build brand loyalty with those first couple of customers. Like, you're really trying to get ambassadors. You're trying to get an army of people that are ultimately supporting you. And when you're too broad, you miss out on those key people who are going to be the voice of your brand, of your business moving forward. So those are my five. Those are my 5 ways to find your target audience. Just to reiterate, those 5 things, I actually wrote it down. I'm not even fake. Do your market research. Number 2, why they want your product. What are their pain points? Find the customer and then study them. 4, use all of the different marketing tools at your disposal, digital marketing, social media, um, PR. And then 1, be specific, niche marketing. Really, really not be so broad, not being all over the place, being very specific to the individual that can buy your product or your service. So, yes, that's all I wanted to talk about today. I am tired. I have, like I said, I've been interviewing a lot, meetings, I still run another business. I actually run a couple businesses. So it's always meetings to make sure that I'm accountable to the team. I know what's going on, and I can add my input to ultimately fix any situations or problems. So before I leave, I want to share something with you. I tell you all the time that I used to do these 1 minute with BBTs, and it's just ultimately trying to teach a little bit what I want, what I know in a very condensed version. So I want to share this with you before I wrap up. Don't be disappointed when your family and friends don't support your business. I know it's easy to spend $5 on your product, like, comment, or share your post, or attend your events, but they won't, and they don't have to. Sure, it doesn't take much effort for the people that love you the most to help. They say they admire what you're doing, but when it's time to put their money where their mouth is, it's crickets. Depending on family and friends is the lazy way to do things. Unfortunately, if you rely on them, you may not last. You have to get uncomfortable and go out and find your target audience. That's who you sell to, and that's who you focus your attention on. Well, it's time to hit the gym because it's no days off. Family and friends may be jealous or envious of your efforts, but you can't focus on that. Leaders understand that problems start and end with them. Accept that your messaging may be wrong. You're not an expert yet, and you have so much more to learn. It's easy to give up when they don't back you. Just understand that it's your job to go out and find the people that will support you, and you may make some new friends along the way. Smile for a thumbnail. Message. Yes. And it is no days off, so it's time to hit the gym. It's late, but I got to get there. I got to get my stretching on too. I didn't do that this morning, so I got to get that on. So anyway, I hope you have an amazing day. Feel free to leave a comment. If you want me to talk about anything I said in more detail, I will do that. So like, leave a comment, share, and push that notification bell. Push that notification bell so you could be alerted of any new shows. So appreciate you guys. Take care.